Good morning, everybody. So tomorrow we had done Antonio's speech, where he had said that the world is a stage, and unfortunately he has to play the role of a sorrowful one. So how is Graciano? He is reciprocating. Okay. So what is he saying? He is saying that let me play the fool with mirth and laughter. Let old wrinkles come. Let my liver rather heat with wine than my heart cool with mortifying groans. So, what does this mean? He's saying that you are unfortunate, Antonio. You got a sad role to play, a sad part to play, but I would like to play the part of a fool. I would like to amuse others. I I would like to live a life of jest and jolliness. I would like to be light-hearted. I would like to be exuberant. Okay, and I don't want to live a life of frowning and sighing. Okay, and what he's saying, and let my liver rather heat with wine. So he's saying that consuming wine, okay, it will warm my liver. In the Elizabethan period, it was said that if you drink wine, your liver becomes warm and you have a sanguine personality. Okay, sanguine personality means a lively personality. So he's saying that I would rather like to drink, okay, consume alcohol and be a lively person than my heart cool with mortifying groans. Then starve my heart and lead a miserable and a pathetic life. So I don't want to waste away my life complaining and groaning. Okay, I want to live a life of cheerfulness, of happiness. Why should a man whose blood is warm within sit like his grandsire cut in alabaster, sleep when he wakes, and creep into the jaundice by being peevish? So he is speaking about these men, okay, who are frowning, who are solemn, who are serious. He's saying that these men, they are very inactive, okay, and it looks when they are awake, it looks as if they are sleeping. Okay, and this kind of irritable behavior, their behavior is very irritating. So they crawl gradually and slowly, they will crawl into a malady. They will be afflicted by a disease, or it may be jaundice. So their life will be completely destroyed and devastated. I tell thee, Antonio, I love thee, and it is my love that speaks, that there are a sort of men whose visages do cream and mantle like a standing pond. So he's saying that I'm advising you, I am suggesting you because I love you and I'm concerned about you. So he's saying that in this society, there are men whose face is unchanging. It doesn't have any feeling or emotions. They are static. They are stagnant. They are motionless. Like what? Like the scum which forms on a stagnant pool of water. And do a willful stillness entertain with purpose to be dressed in an opinion of wisdom, gravity, profound conceit, as who should say, I am Sir Oracle, and when I open my lips, let no dog bark. So he is continuing, he is saying that these men, okay, who are serious, who are solemn, who pretend to be wise, who pretend to be profound thinkers, who assume an air of sobriety, these people, they are pretenders, okay, they are hypocrites. They pretend to be wise, okay, they pretend to be great thinkers, and they want to they want to have an authority like Sir Oracle. Okay, who was Oracle? He was a Greek, or he was a Greek person, and it is said that his voice was next to God's voice. So he used to speak through the priest, through the mouth of the priest. So these men, they seem as authoritative as Oracle, and when they speak, when they utter a speech, they want the others to be quiet. They want no disruption in their speech. They want even the dogs should not bark. Oh my Antonio, I do not know of these, that therefore only are reputed wise for saying nothing. So these people who are quiet, who are reticent, who don't say a word, they are hailed as wise people. They are hailed as prudent. Now when I am very sure, if they should speak, would almost damn those ears which hearing them would call their brothers fools. So what he's saying that if these people, those who are quiet, those who frown, those who are solemn, if they speak, if they blurt out a word, if they utter a word, then they will be called the fools. Okay, they will be called the fools by the same people who call them wise. I will tell thee more of this another time, but fish not with this melancholy bait, for this fool got gone. This opinion come, good Lorenzo, fare ye well a while. I will end my exhortation after dinner. So first in this line he is saying that Antonio, I entreat you, I request you that you don't try to fetch admiration, you don't try to buy cheap popularity like this fish got gone, which is like cheap popularity. Don't try to fetch admiration with the bait of melancholy, or by assuming or disguising the form of melancholic person. Okay, don't appear melancholic and try to gain sympathy of others. And then he is taking Bresciano. He is saying, Lorenzo, let us retire, let us leave. And Bresciano is saying to Antonio that I will continue my advice, I'll continue my speech after the dinner. A good advice. Now Lorenzo, we will leave you till dinner time. I must be one of these same dumb wise men, for Bresciano never lets me speak. So what is Lorenzo saying? He is saying that according to Bresciano, whatever he said, I belong to that category of men because he never allows me to speak. Now Bresciano, he very shrewdly he remarks, what he says, well, keep me company but 2 years more, thou shalt not know the sound of thy own tongue. So Bresciano is saying that stay with me, okay? Stay with me for 2 more years and you will even forget the sound of your voice. Now Antonio, farewell, I will grow a talker for this gear. So Antonio is saying, thank you so much Bresciano. I will take heed of whatever you have said, whatever you have uttered, and I will try communicating with the people. I will try interacting with the people. So Bresciano, how he is replying? He is saying, thanks indeed, for silence is only commendable in a neat's tongue dried. So what is the meaning of this? He is saying that silence is not a virtue of man, okay? It is not a virtue, and silence only suits dead animals, okay? The meat of dry tongue ox, it only suits the meat of dry tongue of an ox. Antonio, is that anything now? So Antonio is saying, does that make any sense what he said? Now Bassanio, what he is saying, Bresciano speaks an infinite deal of nothing. So He is a garrulous man. He is a blabbermouth. Okay, he speaks a great deal, but everything is nonsense. It is senseless, and more than any man in all Venice. So he speaks the most senseless thing in the whole of Venice. His reasons are as 2 grains of wheat hid in 2 bushels of chaff. So what he's saying that if anybody wants to make sense or find out any point or rational what he has said, then it will be only 2 grains of wheat in the entire sack of 2 bushels of hay or 2 bushels of nonsense. You shall seek all day, ere you find them, and when you have them, they are not worth the search. So what he is saying that entire day you will search for that 2 wheat of some sense, and if you get some sense, you will regret. Why you will regret? Because it was not worth finding for. Okay, it was not worth wasting away that time also. So today we'll do up till here only. Next day we'll start with the speech of Antonio. Thank you.